Gemini, what's going on with you? It's your girl D with 8th House Energy. I'm here to bring you your June 2020 Silent Enemies reading. If you are new to the channel, welcome. Please subscribe, hit the like button if it resonates, and share the video with those who you may feel need to hear the message. Make sure you hit the notification bell. That way you'll know when I post for your placements. Now, the Silent Enemies reading is a reading that I came up with because I think that it helps us to focus on building our intuition, trusting our intuition. And what better way to do that than to do that with the people who are closest to us, those who are around us every day. Paying attention to our intuitive nudges in reference to what we get in relation to them will help us to better trust ourselves and trust our instincts and know that, we have it within us to be discerning in reference to what is good for us and what is not. And when people are closest to you, they can have an effect on you where, or how can I say it? You want to pay attention to the people who are closest to you. You want to pay attention to them because they are the ones who have most access to you. You are most vulnerable to them. And you paying attention to your intuition in reference to what it's telling you and how you feel about the people around you is something that could be your saving grace. A lot of times people are brought to their demise or their downfall because of the people who are closest to them. It's not that these people were able to easily deceive them. It's just that sometimes we don't pay attention to the intuitive nudges we get when they show up about these people around us because we think, oh no, this person wouldn't do that to me, or that's my family, they're not like that. When unfortunately, it could be your family who, someone in your family who wants to see you, fail at something, or maybe envious of you, or maybe putting you in danger indirectly, So it's important for you to pay attention to your gut, trust your instincts, especially when it comes to people who are closest to you, so that you don't get yourself put in a position where you're taken advantage, used, or abused by people who are closest to you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put out 3 cards. I'm going to read these cards intuitively. I'm going to tell you what comes to my mind when I see these cards, because this could have something to do with people who are in your life or people who may be coming back into your life. We're experiencing a lot of retrograde energies right now. We have about 4 planets that are currently in retrograde, and we're going to have 2 more added this month alone, on top of the fact that we're dealing with the eclipse energy, which is to close out chapters, as well as the full moon in Sagittarius energy. Full moons and lunar eclipses are all about closing out energy of places, people, and things and ideologies that no longer benefit us, because now we're going to a new level. So a silent enemy could be someone who is a family member, a friend, a colleague. Could be a family friend who's been around in the family for years. It could be your child's daycare teacher. It could be your barber. Anybody that you're dealing with on a regular basis, okay? So we're going to take a look and see what's going on and what intuitive nudges you may get that come to you instinctively when you listen to this. Don't try to make this fit, okay? If it doesn't resonate, it doesn't resonate. It's just not your reading. Let it go, okay? And this could be anywhere that you have Gemini in your chart, okay? Because we all have Gemini in our chart somewhere. It's just a matter of what house we have it in of the 12 houses that we have, okay? So if you're not sure, make sure you try to pull up a natal chart for yourself and see where Gemini is in your chart, and then see if this reading relates to you in any way. Now, you can also be your own worst enemy, all right? So if that comes out, I will let you know. The first card I'm getting here is the Moon card. Okay, this is emotions. It deals with emotions. The Moon card represents Cancer to me. Okay, Cancerian energy. Now, it's interesting because Gemini, your ruling planet is Mercury, and Mercury is in the house of Cancer. It will also be going retrograde there on June 18th. So there are some things that you may not be aware of. Now, the 4th house is the house of Cancer. So some of you may have Gemini in Cancer, okay? Some of you who may be cross-watching, okay? And that would be I forget what sign that would be. I'm sorry, forgive me. But at any rate, Mercury is the sign of Gemini, and Mercury is in the 4th house, which is the house of Cancer. Cancer deals with your relationship with your mother or your mother figure, whoever raised you when you were growing up. And it also deals with your roots, your heritage. It doesn't necessarily deal with family. Okay, that's the 3rd house, where he deals with your brothers, your sisters, your aunties, your uncles, your cousins. That's the 3rd house. Your 4th house deals with your relationship with the mother figure who raised you, and the roots and the foundation of the family, the ideologies of the family, the heritage of the family, the communication of the family, how they communicate with each other, the things that they say and they do, and how that's passed on from generation to generation. Whether it is, for example, some of you could be born in families where you have occult people who are practicing the occult. That energy could have been passed down to you from generation to generation. That's 4th house energy. 4th house energy also, where Mercury is at right now, deals with end of life affairs. So when you have people who may go into a hospital and then how they may not be able to come home because they can't take care of themselves, and you have to take care of the end of their life affairs, where it's like, okay, are we going to get them assisted living? Are we going to put them into some type of skilled nursing facility where they'll be able to be taken care of? Things like that. Wills, dealing with their property, the home, the physical home, the property of that's been passed down from generation to generation. That stuff has to deal with the 4th house. So there could be some things that are going on here that you're not aware of that may be brought to your attention in reference to your heritage, things that may have gone on in your family, things that you may not have been aware of, whether it was things like I said, for example, I gave an example of family members who practice in the occult. There could be some unfortunate things that could have gone on and that have happened in the family. Could have been things like molestation, abuse. Like these are some of the things that are passed down from generation to generation, as well as other traditions, whether they're positive traditions, negative traditions, or indifferent, depending on how you feel about it. But there are probably some traditions or things that have gone on in your family, the things that might be affecting you right now that you don't understand why you feel the way you feel and why you're experiencing what you're feeling. It could have a lot to do with how you were raised and the things that happened in the history of your family. So this is showing up as silent enemy because some of these things could be hindering you from progressing to the next level, and you may need to do some investigating to eclipse these energies so that you can bring it to a close and that it won't affect you negatively moving on. So with Mercury in retrograde, some of you may be having dreams in reference to family members who may have passed away. You may be having communications with family members that jar some type of memory in you, or something that strikes you in reference to your tradition and your heritage and things that were passed down. Some people come from a family of criminals where there have been people who repeatedly have been in the prison system, have high recidivism, what's the word I'm trying to say? When you repeatedly go back to prison, you get out, get out, recidivism. I can say the word, it's not coming out today. But when someone could have grown up in a family where they were criminals, or people who were in or comfortable with dealing with the law on the illegal side of things. Like say, for example, you grew up in a family who were hustlers. They got their money illegally. You may have had an uncle who went to jail, got out, was out for 2 or 3 years, went back in. Got out, was out for 2 or 3 years, went back in. So that's recidivism. That's what it is. The recidivism rate is high in your family in reference to multiple family members who have gone to jail. These are traditions, whether it's a popular tradition or unpopular tradition. But things are going to start coming clear to you, especially when Mercury is in this house. We're in the pre-shadow stages now. So you may be looking at, okay, well, what's going on in my life? Why is this going on? What are some of the traditions that were passed down to my family that I see that I'm experiencing? Maybe I don't understand why I behave the way I behave, and maybe it's because of what has been going on in my family and my generation. So a lot of you may be pulled to or drawn to looking up your family history, talking to the elders in your family about some of the things that went on in your family with some of the other family members. Some of you may come across some information that will link you to your family heritage and some of the traditions that have gone on that will provide clarity for you. And that in turn will help you to come to ease, your spirit, bring your spirit to ease about what's going on. This is getting deep here. This is getting deep here with you, with you, Gemini. Very deep. A lot of you are not understanding what's going on with you and what you've been feeling and why you've been feeling this way. A lot of you are in a situation where you have family members who are getting older now. Your mom in particular is getting older, and it's to the point where now you may have to start doing things for her. And so as a result, you're going through family paperwork, looking at family photos, looking at wills and estates and family property and learning things, and things are going to be uncovered to you that you had no idea about as far as your family, your heritage, and your tradition. Okay, I'm going to stop there because I could keep going, but that's just what I'm getting intuitively in reference to this. And what I'm also doing is I'm pulling based on the energies of what I understand is going on above us as far as the planetary alignments, because as above, so below here on Earth, okay? Whew, that's deep, Gemini. That's deep. The next card I have here is Judgment in reverse, okay? This energy is an energy to me of Pluto rules judgment, and Pluto is in retrograde as well, okay? This is about subconscious energy because Pluto rules the subconscious mind. Mercury rules the logic, the conscious mind, okay? So there are going to be some things, and it could correlate with this in reference to things that happened to you when you were younger that may be coming back out now, especially with Mercury being in retrograde in the 4th house, your ruling planet. So there may be some things about your family that may be coming back up to you now as far as memories, things that you've pushed back into your subconscious mind. A lot of times the things that we push back into our subconscious mind that come back with a Mercury retrograde, especially in the 4th house when it comes to family, are things that have kind of been painful for us. So the universe may be bringing that back to you, especially with all these other planets in retrograde. The universe may be bringing some things back to you that you may have put to the side that you weren't really able to process because maybe you were too young when it happened to you. You know, and it was so painful and so intense in your young mind, you weren't really able to process it in a manner that would be helpful to you or healthy to you. So these things may be coming back up, and this is where I see these two cards being connected. So those things may come back up now, and now that you are an adult, you can look back at it and see what happened to you. You will review those things that happened, and okay, I understand why I, have been making the steps that I've been making and taking the steps I've been taking in life. It was because of the way I was raised or what my family traditions were. I understand now as an adult that, okay, if I want to change my life, then I'm going to have to let go of some of the subconscious patterns that have been formed in me, that have been passed down from tradition to tradition, or have been passed down based on how I was raised, or that I picked up from my mother. I have to understand that that's not serving me, and I have to eclipse those and bring them to a close, and also use that full moon and Sagittarius energy to look at the wisdom that comes from that. Look at the lessons that I've learned based on the experiences that I've had. Look at the experiences that I've had with those traditions that I've been practicing up till now. Look at the lessons I've learned. Look at where it's gotten me. Is it where I want to be? Is it going to get me where I want to go? No, then I'm going to eclipse that. Okay? And I'm going to use these full moon energies to do so that I can move on and be a healthy individual in the energy of healthiness that I feel is good for me. So there's going to be a lot of subconscious things coming to the forefront. Things that were very painful, unfortunately. That's what a lot of retrogrades do. It brings back things that we could not really process thoroughly. It's like stuff you throw in your closet. It's like, say you bought something from the store, right? You bought a bunch of stuff from the store, and you just threw it in the closet. And it's like, okay, now I got to go in here in this closet because we're about to move. We got to clean all this stuff out of this house. So now I got to go in this closet and clean all this stuff out. And as you go through the closet, you realize, damn, okay, I bought this. I remember what I was thinking and why I bought this. I was going through this particular situation at that time. Like, these types of things are what you're going to be discovering at this time. You're going to be discovering it in that way where it's like, things are going to happen, person, place, or things are going to be reappearing to you, and it's going to jar your memory as to where you were at that particular time in your life and why you were feeling that way. And it's going to be time for you to process that and eclipse that out so that you can move forward, so that your subconscious energy is clear. Because what a lot of people don't realize is the subconscious energy is the energy that we give out. That's the energy we vibrate when we go out and about. And we attract people to us. They're attracted to us they're attracted to us based on our subconscious energy, not on our logic mind and the logic energy that we give out. They attracted to us because of the subconscious energy we get out. And if we have a lot of unresolved subconscious energy in us, this is why we draw people to us who may not be good for us. And this is why you say the people who are drawn to you are a direct reflection of you. So if you're drawing negative people to you and you don't understand why, it's because you have some subconscious energies that you have not processed correctly and you're still holding on to them in the subconscious mind. So you need to get rid of those. So you're going to want to focus on that. Okay? So these things may be coming up for you and it could be quite painful. Okay, but it's coming up because the universe wants you to clear that subconscious energy. Once you clear that subconscious energy, now when you go out and about in the world, you're going to attract people to you who are going to be on the same vibration as you. Because you're always going to attract people who are on the same vibration as you. But these people coming to you are going to tell you what vibration you're on. So if you don't like the way people are coming to you, then it could be the fact that you're not on the vibration you want to be on. So you are going to have to look at the unresolved issues and connect with that. Damn, this is deep. I didn't even expect to go this deep with you guys. Let's go over here to this Six of Swords energy here. This is moving away. So I think these all correlate because you're going to find some things that are going to be, there's some things that are hidden from you. You don't understand why you act the way you do. You don't understand why you look at family and relationship and connections the way that you do. Why you look at family tradition in the way that you do. Why you may have the communications with the family members you have in the way you do. And then you're going to look at why you have that with that subconscious energy when Mercury goes into retrograde along with the other retrograde planets. It's going to bring things to you that's going to make you think about, okay, well, this is why I felt this way because of this is what happened to me. And then with the Six of Swords energy, you're going to be able to take that, digest that, and then move on. Because the Six of Swords energy talks about moving away. And it talks about mental. Swords are about mental. So it's all about your thoughts. Okay, so we got two cards here that all of these are dealing with the thoughts. This is more so the feelings and the emotions, but these are the thoughts and the reasons behind it, the subconscious energy behind it, and the thought process involved in processing all of this. So this is deep for you, okay? This Six of Swords energy is going to help you. Once you process all this, you're going to be able to move away from that. Some of you may be going back home for whatever reason. It could be because of a family member or a friend, someone in the family who's not well or your mother's not well. And all of this is going to happen for you then. All right. And then you're going to be able to move away from home with a better understanding of who you are, where you come from, your heritage, your traditions, the things that happen to you, why you're the way you are. You're going to be able to take that. You're going to be able to look at the lessons you learned in it, turn it into wisdom. And then you're going to be able to move on. Okay? So that's what I'm getting here for you guys with this energy here. Excuse me. So what I want to do is I want to get you stones. Okay? I'm going to get you, this is the, this deck is called the actual, what is this called? It's called the Crystal Angels Oracle. This is a deck I usually use with the Silent Enemies readings. This is what I was using when I first started them because crystals are a wonderful way to help you heal without you having to do a whole lot of work. It'll start the process for you. All you have to do is wear them. Okay? These are all crystals. This one is for Gemini, Howlite. Howlite is a white crystal. It has some gray in it. I don't know if you can see the gray in it, but it's white and it has gray stone. Howlite is a Gemini stone. So you may want to get you some howlite. All right. And then you can wear it on your neck, you can wear it on your wrist, you can just get raw pieces of stone like this. This is jade, but you can get a raw piece of stone, carry it on you in your wallet or in your pocketbook or in your backpack, you know, or in your actual pocket. Just carry it around with you, and it'll work with the subconscious energies that, you know, and it'll help you to attract what you need to attract to you. Okay, so we have kyanite. Make time for self-care. Taking care of yourself is essential right now. So some of you may want to get you some kyanite. Okay, you may want to Google kyanite and the spiritual properties of it, and get you some kyanite and wear that on you, because this may help you to better process this information and to give you self-care. Some of you may not be taking care of yourself the way you should. Okay, so that you'll be able to process the energies that are going on. And then what we're going to do now is we're going to go into the extended, and we're going to clarify these cards, break this down, and see if there's any other pertinent information that Spirit has for you to help you to get through this. Now, this is all showing up in silent enemies, because this is something that could be hindering you from moving forward to being your best self. And if you understand your history, a little bit about who you are, what happened in your family, the traditions that are passed down, you can be able to look at it and say, okay, well, this is not for me, or this is for me. Let me go ahead and move forward accordingly. All right. So join me in the extended. The link's in the box below. And I will see you guys there, or I'll see you in the next reading. Peace out, Gemini.